Hey, there we are. I'm doing this the second time now. It didn't capture the first time. So, welcome. It is Saturday morning, and as the title says, don't expect too much. It's just day six in a row of me streaming, which isn't uncommon. I've streamed, I think, probably a dozen or so. So we won't even be getting close to any kind of record for me for a while. My wife was working and doing. My wife, when I started streaming, my wife was working a lot, so I was streaming almost every day, just chatting or from the chickens in the backyard. So I'm not going for any kind of. Well, it's just kind of interesting for me to use that as a title for right now. We're going to be streaming even more, probably more hours as the new 7 Days to Die 1.0 drops. So that's going to be fun. We are waiting for that. The dev stream was last night, and I'm not going to pick it apart. They were just looking at some POIs. They were just playing the game, which I kind of thought was cool. But I didn't watch much of it, as I've said before on streams that we've done before. That I kind of want my own experience with the game. I've experienced other alphas, and when I was when I was a new player, when it first came out, I would watch every dev stream. I'd watch everything. You know, I wanted to see what was next. But now I kind of just want, since I am streaming in my community, and I want everybody to see it for the first time through me. That's kind of narcissistic, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy the game, and I'm just going to make sure that I see things, for the first time. I don't want to spoil it for myself by watching the creator weekend next weekend or the dev stream last night. I watched a little of it. I'm not, I clicked on it, but and they were looking at a POI, but I didn't really see anything drastically different. I didn't notice the zombies looked, were the shirts and the clothes and stuff. I really didn't notice that. They all looked like the same old zombies and that type of thing. But it is 1.0. So as we go through it ourselves, it's going to be interesting to see what's going on with that. I don't know what we're going to play. If we're going to play a game today, we're probably going to look at Twitter for a little while. I don't know how long I'll be on. I do want to stress that this may be a 20-minute stream. It may be a 4-hour stream. But I appreciate everybody coming by, hanging out for a little while, telling me, hey, in the chat and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to do some notifications real quick. And you guys can join me with that. Just bear with me as I do that. I want to stay focused on the stream, but I also want to send out some notifications. We have not done that yet, letting everybody know on Facebook and Twitter and X and everybody else, Discord, that we are online today. So let me get to that. Let me bring up Discord first. And as this happens, the computer may or may not slow down, or it may even crash. So, but yeah, it's but I need your input and your feedback. How's the stream looking? How's the music sounding? How's everything looking? It's, I don't have any music going right now. Uh-oh, we might have a song. Do. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, bear with me. I am. I don't want to get lost in these notifications, but I do want people to know that I'm on. So we will do YouTube first. Find my channel. And live. There we are. Let me turn down, make sure it's turned down. Now let me go to analytics. I hope this doesn't stop. All right, there we go. It is people and blogs. That's basically what we're doing right now. And now I want to do a share. There we go. Let me share this to my Facebook. Come on by and hang out. Come say hi. It doesn't take much to make me happy. This is a Saturday morning stream. Look forward to seeing you all there and in the chat. There we go. That was Facebook. And we'll cut that down. All right, and now we want to do X. We'll just post that. That looks good. All right, and we'll leave that one up. We might look at some X a little later on. And let me just copy this and go here and go here. And all right, those are my Facebook. All this stuff. Mixed, WhatsApp, Keiko Talk, Reddit, LinkedIn. LinkedIn. Well, this is basically what I do now. If you need a media consultant, I'm your guy. What an advertisement on LinkedIn. That's just too funny. I put this stream on LinkedIn. I actually applied for a job the other day on for that new Suno app that I've been playing with. Welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing? We're just sending out notifications. Look, I've only been on 7 minutes. I have no water. I haven't even put the headphones on. We're not listening to nothing. I was just trying to send the stream out onto the waves. So if you're here and you found me through TikTok or you found... I don't do TikTok. You wouldn't have found me on TikTok. If you see me on TikTok, let me know. That means somebody's got my content and is using it. So if you see any of me on TikTok, I'm not on TikTok. I don't have TikTok on any of my devices or anything like that. I read some reports early when that came out about how invasive it was and what, their terms of service really mean. And I had not watched a video where somebody broke down the terms of service, which I thought was really interesting. And it may have changed, but I just thought, hey, if this company's going to try to do this right now, what's it going to be like in the future? So I decided to opt out of TikTok. But YouTube's the same, and so is Facebook, Medic, and if you're on this, it's all the same terms. Well, okay, I get that, but I've been on Facebook for a long time, and I've been on YouTube for a long time, and I'm on Twitch. So yeah, there's a lot of ways for anybody to get my information. But I just found TikTok. I just decided not to do the TikTok thing, and if it doesn't help me, if I don't grow, because I don't care. I'm not all about growing this channel. If it grows, it grows. I wanted to do it organically. I want my viewers to come in. I don't know what I'd do if I got 500 viewers instantly, and I don't know, and I like to get to know most of the people in my community, and sometimes I fail at that. Somebody popped in the other day, do you remember me? And I didn't, and I kind of apologized, but I have 250 followers on Twitch, and if you don't come in often enough for me to know something about how we met and how you found my stream and what I was doing, whether it was Call of Duty, whether it was chickens in the backyard or my music or, the variety streaming or, Call of Duty, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto, all the number of games sometimes I don't remember people. But, you get people like, hey, how are you doing? You remember me? No. but I want to. I want to have a conversation, see how you're doing, see what's in your life, make sure we're on the same wavelength and where I'm at, and whatever we were doing, where I'm at in that. Like, am I still playing Call of Duty? When was the last time I played Red Dead Redemption? How did you find me? What do I think about this now? It's still a conversation that we can have. If you pop into my stream and you haven't been here in a while, and I don't remember who you are, just let me know. We'll go over a couple of details. We'll have a little bit of a conversation about it and laugh about it. So, I can't remember everybody, and I have two moderators that I don't, care when they come in. They know me and I know them. But yeah, it's fun to stream. It's fun to stream video games, and sometimes it's fun just to do this right here. This just chatting. I'm super proud of how this came out. I of myself. I did the design of this, and I thought this up. I took my inspiration, though, from another streamer. I want to be really, really honest with all this. I took my inspiration from a streamer who streams Call of Duty. His name is Breadman. I'm not going to put a link in the chat. But I like the way his setup looked in the back. He has cats, and but I liked his shelving. I just like the antiquities, I guess, he has in the back, and different things from his stream. And I wanted to put a little bit of myself behind me, maybe to create. Good morning. So is it Green, Holly, or Night? I'll call you Holly. Green, Holly, Night. Or Night, or Green, or Holly. So welcome to the stream. Thanks for smashing that like button. Do I know you from somewhere else? If you're coming over from Facebook, I appreciate it. I just sent out a couple of notifications. If you're coming over from Twitter, that'd be cool. Just let me know where where are my notifications landing. So and I appreciate it. I've been doing a lot with that new Suno. I don't know how new it is. It's new to me. It's like you find a video game that's been out for 10 years and it's new to you and you're all excited about it, and people are like, really, Medic? Really? I've been playing that game okay, but it's new to me and I'm excited about it. It's like photography. It's like sex. What teenager doesn't think, that they're the first one to invent sex, like, how you were met, but when you find something new to you, it's like, say, love, how about the love, finding new love, or finding a new love, or being in love for the first time, it's new to you, but we're all like, yeah. So Suno is new to me, and anybody that's worked with it before is like, yeah, okay. But it's new to me and I'm excited. I've written 8 songs now, 7 songs. We just wrote a song yesterday. I kind of was trying to do a little tutorial to put on YouTube, which I have not edited or cut up yet to get that done, and it takes a lot of power out of the computer. So I would stream, making that video and posting it to YouTube, but I don't want my PC to crash. So, and not that I don't have a beefy PC, it's just I've noticed some things with the Prism or any of the broadcasting services, they seem to take. And then when you combine that, the video on here, and then combining it with videos that you're trying to do over there, it's just not. It just seems to me a little laggy to stream that. So, but good morning. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for being the first one to smash that like button. I would love to have. Let me do this here. Let me start a poll. Will we get 10 likes on the stream this morning before we go offline? That's a great one. Create poll. Start poll. There we go. Now, so we got a poll on YouTube now. Oh, we're getting, after 2.5 years, we're kind of getting used. But anyways, going back to this was fun for me. I still have some more shelves, but I think this is cool. I think this is, I don't even have a pen for this. I don't even know if I bought any pens. I thought pens would come with it, but I don't have any markers for this over here. And I can't use Amazon right now because my wife and I are on a no credit card June. We've decided that we're not going to use our credit card. I, I, I didn't decide. I just created um, I created an opportunity for us to see, how we could do if we don't use the American Express card. Now, I'm a Dave Ramsey follower. I've been following Dave Ramsey for about, I don't know, 20 years now, 19 years. I found him when I was about 40. And it was one of those things where you have arrived. It was one of those things that I found that really helped me out in life to get out of debt and get my house paid off, get my cars paid off. But one of the things that I didn't, I don't use my debit card anymore around town because my debit card has been hijacked and money taken out. And thank goodness I had enough money in the bank to cover expenses for the month until my bank got everything. So I was really proud of my bank getting all that taken care of. But one of the local restaurants, I guess it may have been a Mexican restaurant around here, I got, it got, and then it happened a second time, and I was like, okay, I'm done people having access to my money. So I started using American Express, and it's, I like it, and we've been using it for, I've been using it now since I was 40. I got an American Express card. I got out of debt by the time I only had my house by the time I was 40. By the time I was 48, I only had my house left to pay off, thanks to Dave Ramsey. All the debt from the divorce, all my car, everything was paid off. I didn't. All my credit cards were paid off. So Dave Ramsey really helps. So I was watching some YouTubes the other day, and it was one was a short by Dave Ramsey, and I was going through shorts. Oh, I saw it. I was playing on it this morning a little bit. So I was doing the Dave Ramsey, and I saw a video, and it was like, you shouldn't use credit. You're stupid if you use credit cards. And then there was another short where somebody came on and asked the question that I had in my mind. Well, Dave, I don't want someone having access to my debit card, and I don't want to use my debit card around town. But, there's certain situations where you have to, and he says, well, but he's like, no, you should not use credit cards. So I thought, well, some of the stuff in my life is on the American Express. It just makes it easier to pay off certain things like insurance and stuff like that, and then pay that bill off. That bill never has it has a $10,000 line of credit, but it always gets paid down to zero every single month. Sometimes it even gets paid early. But he was saying that you always spend more with a credit card. If you have a credit card, it's just too entirely easy to spend too much money. So I thought, okay, for the month of June, I'll talk about it with my wife, but I'm not going to use our credit card out in public. No restaurants, no Home Depot, no Lowe's, no. If we're going to go to anything around, and no using it online, no Amazon, no, my wife shops a lot on eBay. No eBay, no Amazon, just the month of June. We might extend it to July. Let's see how much money we have at the end. But my wife gets paid a pretty good salary, and we weren't saving as much as I thought we could. So I thought, well, let's see what we can do. Let's see how. And the incentive, the goal, and the incentive to do this, all the money that we save at the end of June is going into the account for Thailand. So this experiment has a nice little gratuity at the end, and we always put a certain amount in the bank account. We always send a little bit of money home for her family, but this would be fun money for us to put in an account that for our Thailand trip. So, and she kind of liked that idea. It's been we've been in this the 15th. Yeah, so we've been doing this for half a month. We haven't used the American Express card. We used it a lot in May. Let me just go back a minute. We used the American Express card a lot in May because we were getting this trip set up. We were buying the tickets for the plane rides in country. We were buying tickets for the hotels. We were buying tickets for the air flight to Thailand and back. We were also doing registering for hotels where we're going to stay, and an island where we're going to do some vacation within the vacation. We'll be up to see her mom, so we were looking at renting a car, but her brother said no. Anyways, so all that stuff was done in May on the American Express, but I knew we had the money to pay it off. So that got paid off. That's down back to zero. We got all that. That's all, Anyways, so I thought, well, now that we got that paid off and American Express is, how about we use this June? June's a good month. If we're going to go to Home Depot to get stuff for the chickens, or if we're going to get stuff for another project, then we'll just take cash. We'll go to the bank. We'll use our debit card at the bank where they don't have skimmers. And where they don't have, I check it, but it's pretty real about. So it's at my bank, and it's on the way to anywhere we might want to use. Let's use the debit card to get cash out. So the first time we go to the debit, my wife, I want $300 for myself, and I'm like, okay, I don't care how much you think you want to spend. We'll use cash. We're just not going to use the credit card. You can get $300. I think it may be $350, but we got $300 out. She goes, well, what about you? I said, I've got a few dollars in my pocket. I'm retired. I sit here and stream. I don't go out a whole lot. So I usually can go with $100 for a couple of weeks getting lottery tickets or buying a lunch out here. So $100 will do me okay in my wallet in cash. So, we had to do some things at Home Depot, but it really, knowing that you've only got X amount of cash, even though you go back to the bank if you want, but so the next Saturday we got another $300 out to do some more shopping at Wall. The only thing that I am to be completely honest, to be completely truthful, to myself and you guys, we are putting the gasoline for the cars and the truck, but that's only been twice, and we probably have one more. I do hers about once a week. I do mine about once every 3 weeks, but we are putting the gas on the American Express. So that's really the only expense other than what normally comes out of the American Express bill is, so that'll be interesting to see. And I know that was a long monologue and stuff like that, but it just brings me back around to, I think it's good to set yourself goals and have things to achieve. And this is one of the things that, I said, no online stuff, and I can't buy anything for myself on Amazon. There's some, I'd love to go get some markers, maybe, but maybe next time I'm at Walmart, I'll look for some dry erase markers. But I don't know what we'd put up here. Well, new followers, new subscribers on YouTube. I guess I could start putting names up there. Maybe a new follower, and then when I get a new follower, we'll write it down, and I could do all that. But it hasn't been a norm. But it could be something. Maybe put where they're from, do their screen name and where they're from if they want to tell me, if they're a new follower, Seattle, Singapore, China, Japan, maybe something pretty general, so we're not going to try to dox them or something like that. But it's just a whiteboard right now, but it's got a couple of magnets. But I just thought it would be interesting to put up there in the background, and we can use it for whatever we want. So, but I like this, I took my inspiration from somebody else, and with this border here, this is something that I like it. It's a little bit of action in the background. So yes, I'm a proud papa of this whole. I'm happy the way this came out. The only problem is my camera sometimes, because of the lighting, and you guys may have seen that, it'll just like go out of focus. It will go out of focus. So, yeah. But yeah, Suno is new to me, and it's not new, but it is new to me. So it has been something that I've been having fun with the last few days. Making some songs, and I did a tutorial yesterday, but I have not cut that up yet. I've not edited it yet for YouTube. And there may be some out there, but it doesn't matter. This will be mine, and it'll be quick. It's probably only going to be like a 10-minute video. But I did make a call. I did the call, backyard farming or something like that was the name of the song we met. So, and then I broke Suno, because I was on my fifth try, or I was on my fourth try of 5, and it would not let me produce. I changed the words around. and then I copied them so I wouldn't lose it because it was giving me trouble. And then I copied something else, and I lost all those words. But the words are still there. I just, you know, I haven't played with them to get a new sound or a new song. But that was our new song that we did the other day, and I get 5 more tries today if I want. But it's just a fun program. I taught my brother how to use it. I've sent the song I've kind of liked the songs that I've written. And again, AI does all the I guess it does all the heavy lifting for me. For me, writing the lyrics is not hard, but it did all the music. It did the tone. It does the melody. It adds the right music. It adds the right vocals, and it's a very good. It's really a good program if you've never seen it. I I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. It is fun. Um, uh, so how's the wife and kids, son? How are they doing today? I don't know how many you have. I know you. I know you have one because I heard her in the background the other day when we were playing 7 Days to Die. So, um, did you watch any of the streamer? Uh, the baby's been chilling. Well, that's good. Did you watch any of the dev stream last night on Twitch? Before you came on, I was mentioning I'd only watched a little bit of it. I'm gonna curtail, so it's new to me. So YouTube, so 1.0 is new to me. But I did watch a little bit of it last night, but they weren't really doing anything crazy, and I didn't notice anything that was. Some of the gun sounds sounded a little bit better, but it was only Fubar Prime. All you could see was him, and the other two were kind of just playing in the world with him. So, but I was like, okay, I'm not going to ruin it. I said I wasn't going to do it. I'm not going to ruin this for me. I want it to be a new experience for me. When one now, so we are what 9 days away. I think it drops for us on the 24th on PC. 24th or 25th, I think it drops for us. So that'll be fun. Um, my wife is working. That's why I'm able to stream. I usually don't stream on the weekends because she's home, and if I'm talking in here, she'll come in. If I'm streaming while she's home, she'll come and close my door. Like she doesn't want to hear it. So, look, this should be her zen area because she works so hard and does everything outside the home. That I don't want to. She doesn't want to have to come in here. She doesn't really mind if I'm playing a game. But when I do these just chattings and stuff and I'm in here talking all the time, she will come and just quietly close my door because she's trying to watch a video or she's trying to talk on the phone or she's trying to do, just relax and doesn't want to hear me blah, 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 blah. So, what else is new? Last night in the chicken coop, I thought my wife had closed the chicken coop and she didn't. So when I was looking at the cameras, I saw all the chickens were in the coop and up on their roosts. So I thought, oh, okay, she got them all in there, and oh, she got the goose in there too, and he's chilled out. Well, apparently not, because I went out this morning. My wife left for work, and I went out there this morning, and everything was the way we had left it, the way I had left it when I walked in last night. I usually leave it and then come in, and then after dark, I go out and make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. Well, I didn't last night because my wife had come in, and when I checked the cameras, everybody was on the roost. So I thought it was all closed up, but no. Everything was open, and I'm glad we didn't have a fox or an owl or a coyote or anything. And I have a fully fenced backyard, but, if those things want to get in, they'll get in. But everybody was fine this morning, and all the new employees were good. So that was kind of, interesting that neither one of us closed the chickens up, but the chickens did just fine. We had all the doors. We had the two big bay doors open in the chicken coop. We had the front door open. We had the side door on the coop open. So everything was kind of open. We are removing the eggs from under our broody chicken. Gravy is a brooding right now, so we have removed all the eggs from underneath her. We are pulling her out of the, she's been brooding since early May. Yeah. So it's been a long time, and she's, we're not going to let her be a mom. We got plenty of chickens. We don't need any more chickens. We don't need any baby chickens. We're not selling chickens. We just like the eggs. So we are removing anytime, she has eggs on her, or she'll sit on somebody else's eggs. And a lot of broody chickens will not lay an egg. So, but we got 5 new employees plus one little chick from one that was hatched from a different broody chicken. And now it's funny, that chicken is old enough where the mom now it's on its own. It hasn't made friends with the new employees. All the, it's a little sad. It's a little sad, but Coco is kind of on her own. She can't run to her mama. If there's food on the ground, her mama doesn't want her around. She has to fend for herself to get food. And I promise there's plenty of food. There's plenty of food. There's like 4 different food sources that, everybody can eat from. They're all on everybody's level, so there's always plenty of food. And there's digging in the ground and picking up worms, and there's all that. So I'm not worried about Coco dying of starvation. She's not going to do that. But, she's basically, she's not right on her mama's heels anymore. It's kind of neat to see. She's becoming she's becoming a bigger chicken. She's out of that little, they're all still cheeping, cheep, 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 cheep. They still make the little chick noise, but they're all, she's a young adult, I guess you could say. Mama's no longer protecting her. Mama's not, rushing to her aid if another chicken gets in it with her. So it's kind of neat to see. And the new employees are starting to learn where they are in the pecking order, and they still kind of stay to themselves. And this is kind of some backyard drama, just so you know. But it's probably more than I could make a song about this. I could probably add more to the backyard farmyard with all this drama. But yeah. Were women more attractive before tattoos and piercings became popular? There's a question for chat. Were women more attractive before tattoos and piercings became popular? And I'm looking at a particularly beautiful woman 20 years old, back from the 70s or 80s. So I'm wondering if young men now find that really attractive. Are young men, and I'm not talking about old guys like me, I'm not talking to anybody over the age of 40. No, 40 and under. Are you attracted? Is that attractive to you? Is the piercing in the nose and this one and I know the ladies don't give a shit what you care. What the ladies don't care what you think is attractive anymore. They're going to be who they are and do their tattoos because it's all about them. They're not intuitive to attracting a mate at this point. They're not doing what makes you happy. They're doing what makes them happy. This is where we are in the world, in America. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but I see it in America all the time. So it's not, but I'm asking the guys out there. Are you more attractive? If you're under the age of 40, do you find the piercings and the tattoos and all that stuff attractive? Or are you looking for more, and I'm not going to say traditional woman, that's an overused statement too, but are you looking for a woman that doesn't have all the piercings and the tattoos and if you were out looking for a new girlfriend, would that be attractive to you? And I know you're probably married to the most wonderful woman in the world, like I am. But I'm just curious about that, just because I saw a post on Twitch, and now I'm trying to stay away from doing another Twitch stream. But yeah, this is on. I got Twitch pulled up right here, or X, whatever you want to call it. And there's a picture of a beautiful young 20-year-old lady, and she has no piercings and no tattoos, and she's wearing a very modest bathing suit. But it's just, I wonder about that. I wonder how the young modern man feels about that. So let's read the comments really quick. So here's the question: Were women more attractive? Were women more attractive before tattoos and piercings became popular? I have a tattoo. I have nothing against tattoos. I'm not going to shame anybody for piercings or tattoos. I'm not about that. I don't care what you do to your body. That's entirely up to you. Entirely. I don't, again, I've talked to people about that. I don't care who you love. I don't care what you do to your body. That's entirely up to you. But when you start bitching about not being able to find a job because, you look, if you're not attractive and you're in customer service, you may or may not find. That's why I'm asking this question. If you've got a bunch of piercings and you look, abnormal from this, you can tell this a long time ago with the t-shirts, and this is back in the day, I guess. Your grandma wore very short miniskirts, thin panties, high boots, and no bra. She listened to Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, Janis Joplin, and Rolling Stones. She rode a motorcycle in fast cars. She smoked tobacco and other things. She drank gin tonics, whiskey, and whatever. Yeah, she did. I'm somebody's granddad, and I did all that too. All right. Yeah, this guy. This guy. This guy literally snapped his neck in half. It was a time when we thought the doors to a wonderfully peaceful world were wide open to all of us. We overlooked the fact that the powerful had other plans and we were only a minority. See this? Now, this is what I went in to read the comments about the question, and nobody's answering the question. Everybody's on this little grandma thing, okay? So because the first post is about grandma, nobody's answering the question. Were women more attractive before tattoos and piercings became popular? I'm halfway down this thread. And we're all talking about grandmas. All right, so nobody answered the question. Wait a minute, did I just go too far? She finally realized all her mistake a little too late. Whoever convinced young women that spectrum piercings were cool or attractive pulled off the greatest lie ever told.
Be offensive, but I see their wives and they just look like so like like not like this, just like like I pretend my tattoos are gone. Dude, I look crazy. Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I just come to this realization today. See? Or maybe it's because all of them see me eat sushi.
Nobody cares. I'd say people were more attractive before additives, preservatives became more common. Piercings and tattoos can be attractive if done in good taste, like most things. Piercings and face tattoos are the greatest destroyers of beauty in the modern woman. Yes, by far. Tattoos are no longer a taboo. They become the norm and no longer giving a shocking effect. A woman's body is naturally shaped for appealing. Tattoos and piercings don't really add to it. Like putting stickers and stripes on a Ferrari. It's just not needed. Well, that's really, when you have a work of art. You're good. You're good. Were men more attractive before they started dressing and acting as women? I don't mind a woman with a little ink, but some take it too far. My wife doesn't have any tattoos, and I wouldn't divorce her if she got one, but she's not into that. And I knew that when I married her. She's not into it. She doesn't mind mine. It's covered up most of the time. It's like right here, so it's covered up most of the time. Whoa, he saved that girl's life. And he got hurt doing it. I think the bike smashed him. Yeah, the bike smashed him. No, in 1999, before screens took over. 1999, before screens took over. They call that a party, the best I've ever had. 1999. A mother's arms are more comforting than anyone else's. Oh, that's sweet. Tattoos have never increased a woman's inherent level of beauty. '70s girls. Just ask this guy. In his pink shorts. Oh, that's funny. I don't care what color shorts you wear. Really, no one likes tattoos? So this guy did a poll. My ex-wife and her two sisters got tattoos, and I hated it. I don't care now, but I hated it back then. I don't know how she feels about it now. I guess it's a bonding experience between her and her sisters. But I thought it looked like it was a non-colored, looked like a prison tattoo. It didn't have any color. It wasn't a pretty little butterfly. It was just this Gaelic symbol in green ink on her pasty white skin. And she knows. Look, she could be watching the stream right now, and she knows how I felt about it. And I just, I, I was like, oh, okay. Her sister got hers on the back of her shoulder where it's hidden most of the time. My wife got hers like right here. And I was like, and I don't know where her older sister got hers, but they were all visiting and then decided to go get tattoos. And when she came home with it, I was like, she was real excited about it. And I was like, really? That's what you decided to get? Oh, and then she explained it all to me. And I was like, oh, okay. Her oldest sister is an artist, master's degree, teacher art, and she designed my tattoo, and I appreciate her for that. But yeah, no. And it wasn't that my wife got a two, it was the kind of tattoo my wife got, I guess is the best way to say it. This is a lady. This is a side by side of two women gracing the front covers of two well known magazines. The one on the right we all know is Martha Stewart at age 81. The one on the left is Apa Wang Lo, age 106, a tribal tattooist in a remote province of the Philippines. They were to me. I can't speak for others. I like the way women dressed in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, so very stylish and much more modest. Way more the way my mother dressed when she was young, very beautiful. Yeah, my I remember seeing my mom in dresses like this. I remember seeing my mom wearing stuff like this and this. I never saw her in anything like this or maybe this one. Yeah, my mom was in her 20s and the 60s. So, how Miss Universe competitions were in 1990? Miss Universe. I don't know. It's a big universe, though. Miss India. Miss Columbia. Miss Mexico. Why do they all look the same? Miss Turkey. Miss Chile. Miss Bolivia. Miss Czechoslovakia. Miss Venezuela. Well, she got a lot of props. Miss USA. Miss Norway. And these are your finals. 8, 10, whatever it was. The rest of y'all can go home. Well, this is definitely filtered. Do you think tattoos would look good on me? See, I get wrapped up in some of these conversations. So, you know, that's why it's not always good for me to do a Twitch stream, because I just get wrapped up in the Twitch thing. Or X. What's the first thing I do in a hotel room? My wife's first thing is to take pictures. We'll walk in and I can't really even come into the room until she's taking pictures or video. I will do this though. I'll look and see if everything is clean. I will look at the mattress. I'll pull the dust cover off the top. $39,000 followers. Way to go, Lethal. Way to go. YSL Woody told DA to get back because he smelled something. That's too funny. So, did Boston lose on purpose last night? Trapped Inside, best of 7. Oh, he did a YouTube today. I can't watch it with you guys because I get copyright struck every time I watch Glock stuff on. So I'll watch that alone later. President Joe Biden appearance at this week's Group of 7 International Summit was diplomatic insiders concerned. This was one source report saying that it was the worst he has ever been. And this is our president. Leaders of the Group 7 leading Western industrial economies did not discuss Russia's President Vladimir Putin's proposal for peace in Ukraine since everyone knew they were not serious. Hey, this is me. How many engagements did I have? 0. 2. I had 2 engagements. Look at that. Woo! I give it a like. Woo! Princess Kate, the Princess of Wales, made her first public appearance since her cancer diagnosis early this year as Britain put on a display of birthday pageantry Saturday for the King Charles. I wonder kind of...
Down in the coldest, all you gotta do is look in the back. It sure is pretty and looks real fine. Don't let nobody else tell you this is a great time. There's a chicken named Brady brooding in the sack. There's a rooster named Fajita. He hit that. We have a goose named Loud Milk. Love with.
So you wrote a song? Well, good for you. That's awesome. I like your remakes too, but I think original music, I think original lyrics, man, something that comes from your heart, that's awesome. Have you heard this song yet?
Come running in the wind, come dancing in the rain. Come on, come running alone. Come running in the wind, come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come running in.
Let's hear your new song. Let's hear your new song. This is called Uno. You still haven't named your Suno account. It's got Barbies on it. I love it.
I'm so done, God as my witness. Love is just a cutthroat business. Still don't know how I got on her hit list. So confused how I got stuck in this. I'm sick of your stupid little lies. I can see it talking to other guys. So enjoy those words you weaponize. Only a matter of time before you realize you're just a broken Barbie. And when I leave, you'll be sorry. So now that I'm off your leash, I have some clarity, some mental peace. You may have left a few scars in me, but I'm still living comfortably, and you're still spiraling down. I'm feeling better that you're not around. So before you done and you hit the ground, oh no, reverse bitch, now you're the clown. I'm so done, God as my witness. Love is just a cutthroat business.
You did a good job. This is a good song.
So confused how I got stuck in this. I'm sick of your stupid little lies. I can see it talking to other guys. So enjoy those words you weaponize. Only a matter of time before you realize.
Yeah, I like that line. It's a good line.
And when I leave, you'll be sorry. So now that I'm off your leash, I have some clarity, some
Off your leash, I like that. Good line.
few scars in me, but I'm still living comfortably, and you're still spiraling down. I'm feeling better that you're not around. So before you done and you hit
I wonder
the
why it didn't
ground,
say spiraling.
reverse bitch, now you're the clown.
I like the spiraling word, but the AI didn't know how to use it.
Reverse bitch, now you're the clown.
Alright, this is good. New metal, hip hop, guitar, piano. Nice. Nice. That was cool. That was cool. That was a good song. What'd you think, chat? That was pretty cool. That was Sun, Giggly Bits, you know, all the different names that he has. That was good. I like that song. That was really good. Very original. Yeah, I hope that wasn't directed towards your current situation. Ah. Yeah, the spiraling. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was good. No, but it's still good. If you change the word spiraling to twisting, it may sound the same. I don't know. It's the same context. Twisting down, spiraling. I don't know. But yeah, you can't do nothing about that. And if you try to redo it with twisting, it may change the song entirely. It may change the tone. It may change the beat. You know, you get the beat and the tone and the music and the sound right. And if you change one or two words, it's going to change. You know, you don't know what it's going to change. Oh, you put it was IR instead of R. Yeah, spiraling. Oh, yeah. That, like in my song, your eternal soul, it's supposed to be all you got to lose is your eternal soul. And it says you eternal soul. All you have to lose is you eternal soul. So yeah, I didn't put the R on the end of and that was on me, but you know. Yeah. Because you want to hear it so fast, you know? You want to hear it. You want to hear your creation and, you know, you got a spell check. That was one of the things I said on my tutorial. You have to do a spell check. You have to go through it and read it out and read every word to make sure that's what you want. And then you kind of have to sing it to hear what you want it to sound like before AI does anything. On my tutorial, I went back and I was like, okay, now make sure you go through your lyrics and that's exactly what you want it, because that's exactly what it's going to sound. So, Paula Scanlon, former teammate of Leah Thomas, said that she deserves an apology for being forced to undress in the same locker room as a transgender swimmer while they were swimmers at the University of Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. There. Yeah, we are in the 90s today here, folks. I'm going to skip past that. 6 things to do if you're barely scraping by financially. The perfect controller doesn't exist. Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Oh. My buddy who plays drums texted me. I sent him the Believe It All song, and he was like, "Man, that's real. I like the words to that one. That was really good." So I was like, "Yeah, I like it too." So. Wow. Somebody said it out loud. A study that Christina Bropi and I did in 2016 clearly and powerfully indicated that low verbal intelligence and being female was associated with woke authoritarianism. Just saying. That was just before my university career imploded and such research became impossible to conduct. God only knows why it was necessary.
And so I did a study abroad in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine.
Would you say you're pro-Palestine or pro-Israel?
Pro-Palestine.
As a gay man, I would be punished and or put in prison or killed if I were openly gay in Palestine. How do you react to that?
I didn't know that. So
It is illegal to be gay in Palestine. You are punished by
is it
prison
the
or
same
death.
as Israel?
No, Israel has gay pride. Israel is completely open to lesbian and gay people.
So that's
Palestine puts them in prison or kills them. You weren't aware of that?
I was not aware of that, no. So that does pose an interesting aspect.
Have you seen the Queers for Palestine movement? It's a very common movement, but I don't see any Muslims for Queer movements.
Yes. That's where it gets gray, right? Like, that's where I feel
Well,
like...
for me, it's not gray.
It's
I
not
am
gray at
fearful
all.
of Islam.
Absolutely.
Because there is no Islamic country on earth that embraces me as a gay man.
So, okay, so maybe I'm confused because Israel, which is still an Islam country.
No,
right?
it's
No, no,
not.
Jewish.
It's Jewish.
Okay.
How
okay.
stupid is this
Israel's
woman?
Jewish, Palestinians
This is
are
this is an
Islamic.
American walking around on our streets that has no idea what's going on. We need to ask every young woman, every woman in America under the age of 35 needs to see this video. I like that a gay man dressed in drag or a transgender, whatever this person identifies as, I don't care. Again, we've established that. But very openly and honestly is having a conversation with a heterosexual woman who's on the side of, is on a side of something she has no idea. And he, as a gay man dressed in drag, dressed as a female, is not threatening to her asking these questions. Where maybe maybe she would get outright hostility from a white Christian man coming up to her with a microphone asking these questions. She may walk away from that and she may feel hostile towards that. It sucks when the AI makes the music as perfectly, but you make a typo. I know, and then you try to go back and get that same sound and tone and everything and correct your typo. You know, it's like if I did "Believe It All" again with and did the R on. Am I going to get the same tone? Am I going to get the same experience that it already did for me? Yeah, she has no idea. And this is not an old woman. This is I don't see any gray hair. This is a woman in her 20s, maybe late 20s, early 30s. Maybe she's older than that. I don't know. Maybe mid 30s. She has, and woke authoritarianism is definitely a female phenomenon. Add in a profound sense of victimhood in females, especially young educated ones, then silence and demonize those who oppose them in any way, shape, or form, and weaponize hate speech, and you can see the world today. She did a study in the Middle East, but wasn't aware that a holy war between Jews and Muslims had been raging between Palestine and Israel since the time of our Lord Jesus walked the earth. Look, she was there on
So I did a study
holiday.
abroad in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine.
Pro-Palestine or pro...
And so I did a study abroad in the
So I did a study abroad. She didn't do a study abroad. That's what she told her parents. She went and partied in Israel for 6 weeks. She's still telling that lie to her parents, if they see it, she did a study abroad. Well, now her parents are going to find out that she really didn't do a study abroad. She really actually went on vacation for 8 weeks or 12 weeks. She had a 16-week vacation in Israel is what she had. You know, she spent a semester in Israel. But she didn't really do a study abroad. That's the lie that she tells herself and the lie that she tells her parents who probably paid for it. Look, I'm just dropping truth bombs over here, and I don't even know this woman. I can just tell by her answers to questions she didn't do a study in the abroad. That's like me saying I'm going to do a study abroad in December because I'm going to spend 3 weeks in Thailand. I'm going to go do a study abroad. My study is going to be on massage parlors in Thailand. That's going to be my study. I'm going to write the whole thing off on my taxes and tell the government that it was research for my streaming business. I'm going to write our whole trip off on our taxes. It was because it's just, you know, I'm gathering resources for my content. Oh, it's too funny. It's almost as if these women would be the ones to boss their husbands around, and now that they don't have husbands to keep them in check, they have expanded their predatory instincts to the rest of the world. At Trent University in Canada, Dr. Stephanie Rutherford is part of a team exploring environmental injustices by collecting and analyzing a range of data that demonstrates these inequalities. What would you investigate as an environmental justice researcher? Keep asking questions about why things are how they are. Use your education to back up your demands for change with actionable data. If she is serious, that's the sad, you know, Richard, the sad thing is she is serious. You know, her study abroad, you know, her semester abroad that her parents paid for, that she calls studying abroad. Come on, we all know what studying abroad means. In George Orwell's 1984, and I quote, "It was always the women, and above all the young ones, who were the most bigoted adherent of the party, the swallowers of slogans, the amateur spies, and the nosers out of unorthodoxy." Wow, that took 3 times for me to get out of my mouth. Kelly Hyman, lawyer, TV commentator, and your go-to source for insights that empower working women, with appearances on BBC, Court TV, NSNBC, Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, and more. Hi, I'm here to bring you the latest law, life, and leadership. Follow me for your daily dose of empowerment. I just read an ad for this lady. The feminism fraud. Nicholas Rockefeller asked me, "Hey Aaron, what do you think of women's lib was about?" I had conventional think about it, so I said, well, it gave women the right to work, have equal pay with men, and gave them the right to vote. He, Nichols, laughed at me and said, "You're an idiot. Let me tell you what it was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded women's lib. There were 2 primary reasons: so we could tax the other half of the population, and we could get their kids in public school to indoctrinate them. The state would then become the parents of the children. Up until that point, I thought women's libs was a noble and righteous movement." Aaron Russo. The Rockefellers. Yeah, the media. Again, the media pushed women's lib. Who wears short shorts? We wear short shorts. If you dare wear short shorts, nair for short shorts. Y'all remember that ad? Y'all are too young. Israel is the gayest country on earth. That Joker mouth, though. I don't approve of Islam. Given this choice, I would say neither. I am not pro either. Once you boil all the elements down into zesty, just the question refines to Satan or God. God is life, and life has rules. This is because life has. Holy shit, she doesn't need the clown suit to keep us all in stitches. But again, look, here's the psychology of this whole thing. Let's go back to this. The whole psychology of this thing is he didn't come at this woman. Look, the beauty of this is he took down the threatening of a white male asking a question with a microphone, but the microphone is a little pixie thing. He's dressed as a woman in full makeup and is taught, but then asks reasonable questions of a modern woman, and breaks her down mentally, just breaks her spirit. But the reason she's standing there and talking because she wants to be, look, she got a little pride skirt on. So we'll go back here. Hold on.
You are punished by prison.
So she's got a little pride skirt on. She's not threatened by this person. So she's willing to answer questions into his pixie microphone. And he just... So did you like... what do you think, Palestine or Israel? Oh, Palestine. Well, really? Did you know I would be executed if I went to Palestine? What? I didn't... You did a study abroad. How do you not know he wouldn't have been executed? There is no gay... you say there's no gay in Islam, but in Afghanistan, American soldiers were... what do you say? Were discharged for speaking up about the older men in villages raping boys that they saw. They were trying to get these guys arrested or brought to justice, and their higher ups were like, no, that's just the culture over here. The men, boys are for fun and girls are for babies, So unless you're talking about, male pedophilia against boys in Afghanistan and Iraq and, different, that's not really gay. They're not really gay. These men aren't gay. They're just using boys for fun because they can't, rape girls, So, but that's not gay. And we're not talking, but openly gay, walking around, I know. Medic, just move on. Okay. All cultures are equal. 9-year-old Afghan girl sheds tears after her father sold her for just $1,900. I have nothing. How about I sell you my girls? One is Leighton. She's 9. I'll let you have her for $1,900. Save the Children estimate has 121,000 Afghan children were sold between 21 and 22. Forced to sell his children. This behavior is not merely a dehumanization of girl; it's an abomination. Yeah. So where's the women? Where's all these people marching for Palestine? Where are they in this conversation? They don't care for their children except how they can make money from them, like pay for slay with the Palestinians. None of these guys want to kill a kid. They're not going to shoot a kid for raising a flag. Ad. Former Florida Republican legislator Anthony Sabatini on Thursday dropped out of the GOP primary for his congressional race hours after Donald Trump endorsed his opponent, incumbent U.S. Representative Daniel Webster.
Led by members of the community. They are people who understand the capacity of the community, the needs of the community, the culture of the community. So the importance of community banks is that
the culture of the community.
Only thing I ask in return is that you listen to better understand what it's like to walk a mile in an African entrepreneur's shoes. Thank you and enjoy. The heart of a cheetah. How we have been lied to about African poverty and what that means for human flourishing. Written and narrated by Magat Wad. Chapter 1. Ku amba sa sangkal, amba sa karsa. He who keeps in a sack the millet flour that feeds you, keeps in the same sack your dignity. Listen, and I will tell you a story. This isn't the story of my life. That will come later. This story concerns words. Words that I never thought I would hear said to me by another human being. They were said to me by a young Senegalese woman I'd hired to work in my factory. You must understand, I love these young ladies who work in my factory. They have thrown their hearts into jobs that are quite different from what they are used to. They were raised and trained to cook and clean, but now they are creating products as fine as any found in the world. They are doing this in an African factory. My factory. They are my heroes. That morning, the young woman, Nafi, basically said to me about us. us Africans. Maybe we are inferior. Her words shattered my heart. I needed to hear these words, though, because I was, and I still am, haunted. What haunts me is story after story of my people, my fellow Senegalese who now lie at the bottom of the ocean. They are fish food. They are fish food because few in this world are focused on real solutions for Africa. Very few are focused on the essential need to create jobs. But those at the bottom of the ocean were my people. People who looked just like me. And they were, many of them, so young. Do you really think that's the best we can do? To serve as fish food? They were trying to make their way to Europe, so they climbed into boats that were too small and too crowded, not at all adequate.
It may be a good listen. Heart of the Cheetah. So happy you liked it. It would mean a lot to me if you would leave a review on Amazon. Former President Donald Trump won't face any jail time for his New York fraud conviction, former Judge Andrew Napolitano predicted Friday on Newsmax. Well, you think Hunter Biden's going to face any jail time for his 3 convictions? This in some real manner is a declaration of war. California Senate just banned schools from notifying parents if their child changes their gender identity for pronouns. This is complete madness, parents. Get your kids out of California schools. A senior Hamas official, Osama Hamadan, said in a recent interview that the group doesn't know how many Israeli hostages are still alive. Lula! That's a really stylish cut. You look great. I didn't know what you were going to look like with your haircut. I've been following you and your gameplay for a while now. He still kept the part down the middle, though. He didn't want to give up the part down the middle. Happy 615 day, Nat Smashville. Yeah, I can get lost in Twitter. I know I can, but you know, what else we got to do today? No. We've had 3 views and 2 likes. I'm super excited on the Saturday stream. That's pretty good. Green Holly didn't stay along. Sun always stays around. I appreciate that always. It's just a rare Saturday morning stream, and I wanted to stream, 6 days in a row. It don't have to be long streams. I'm getting hungry, though, so it is time for me to grab something to eat. You guys do something good for yourselves, and do something good for yourself, and do something good for somebody else, and never let the drunk guy get the chairs. And I'll probably see you tomorrow. We'll probably stream for a little while tomorrow, maybe outside with the chickens, just hang out, drinking coffee, maybe a short stream, just so I can get day 7 in the books. And then we'll be streaming next week too. So thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And everybody have a great rest of your day, okay? All right. Y'all take care. Bye. And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind, come dancing in the rain. Come on, come running alone. Come running in the wind, come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come on, come running in the wind, come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind, come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind, come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind, come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind, come dancing in the rain. Come on.
And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind, come dancing in the rain. Come on, come running alone. Come running in the wind, come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come on, Come on, dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on.
And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running alone. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come run, come running in the wind. Come on, dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come on, dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on.
And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running alone. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come run, Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on.
And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running alone. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come run. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on.
And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running alone. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come run. dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on.
And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running alone. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come run, come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on.
And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running alone. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come run, come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on.
And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running alone. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last words that I whisper say I love. May the last words that I whisper say I love you. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. 'Cause nobody wants to die alone. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come a dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on.
And then hit play. Here we go.
Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. Come running alone. Come running in the wind. Come dancing in the rain. Come on. May the last